What is going on, people? TripleM back again with another video, and today I've got a very short and sweet video for you guys discussing some unsavory comments that Wayne Rooney made about the Glazers. Let's have a listen.
Give me just a quick thought. I mean, obviously, I have to ask you this. Just your thoughts on the bids coming in for United. We don't have to get into it specifically, but do you think it's the right thing to do at this point for United? Get some new blood in there, or do you think that the Glazers should still remain?
In fairness, I think the Glazers have done a fantastic job.
Why? Why, Rooney? Why? Why would you say that? Why would you utter those words out loud?
I think they've been at the club for, well, they signed me in 2004, so they've been at the club for 20 years now, and I think they've always, allowed the managers to bring the players in they want, and I think it's clear the fans want change.
Okay, so there's three things that's wrong with what Wayne Rooney has said. First of all, before I address them, let me just say that Wayne Rooney will always be a club legend. Wayne Rooney will always be a player that I hold dearly to my heart because I grew up watching him play, and he made a lot of memorable moments in my life as a Manchester United fan, and I'm sure many of you watching. However, there are three things that he said that are factually incorrect. First of all, he was signed in 2004. The Glazers were not here in 2004. The Glazers only arrived post-2004. They were here in the 05-06 season. That's when they took over. So the fact that the Glazers signed him is incorrect. That is factually incorrect. And he should know this because he handed in a transfer request, because he was unhappy with the ambitions and the new direction the club was going in. When Carlos Tevez left and Cristiano Ronaldo left, Rooney handed in a transfer request because he felt like the club didn't replace Ronaldo. And he was right. We didn't replace Ronaldo after he left until we signed Ronaldo back in the holidays. Isn't that crazy? We didn't replace Cristiano Ronaldo until we signed Cristiano Ronaldo. So Rooney was right. The Glazers lacked ambition. But then he goes on to contradict himself by saying that the Glazers have done a fantastic job. So which is it, Wayne? Do you think that the club lacked ambition and that's why you wanted to leave multiple times under Sir Alex Ferguson? Or do you believe in hindsight, now that you're wiser and now that you've got your coaching badges, that the Glazers were actually fantastic all along? Which is it? Also, how can the fans be happy to see them go if they've done a fantastic job? Surely the mark of owners doing a fantastic job at one of the biggest clubs in the world is that the fans are happy with the standard of the football club. Why on earth would fans want an owner out if he was doing a good job? If Manchester United were top of the league, winning Premier League titles and actually performing well, our infrastructure was taken care of, our wages weren't extremely high, our club wasn't in exorbitant amounts of debt, and the club was just healthy, both in a financial sense, both in a trophy sense in terms of on the field, and both in terms of a feel-good factor sense, why on earth would the owners, with the fans want the owners out? That's only the second problem I have. The third problem I have is managers are allowed to manage. Managers are allowed to buy whoever they want to buy. False. False. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not want Cristiano Ronaldo. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted Edison Cavani. He got Edison Cavani, and his idea was Edison Cavani and Martial were going to push each other for places. Why on earth would you sign a 34-year-old Edison Cavani to only go and sign a 36-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo? How on earth does that make sense? Also, we gave the number 7 jersey to Edison Cavani. He had to relinquish that because Ronaldo came. We gave the number 9 spot to Edison Cavani. He was playing. He was starting regularly. He had that famous comeback against Southampton where he scored, I don't know if he scored a hat-trick or a brace. I believe it was a brace because I don't remember Cavani scoring a hat-trick. But he was involved in that famous comeback against Southampton, and we went on that amazing run under Ole. Why on earth would Ole Gunnar Solskjaer seriously want to rub that player the wrong way by signing yet another number 9? It just doesn't make sense. And we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fond of Anthony Martial, just as Ten Hag is. So it just doesn't make sense why he would sign 2 strikers, on top of Anthony Martial. But there's many other examples. There's many other examples, like the fact that Harry Maguire was not allowed to be let to leave or to get sold because of the amount of money that the Glazers invested in Harry Maguire. He's just a small example. There's been many over the years. Paul Pogba is the best one. Paul Pogba was not allowed to be sold by Jose Mourinho because his commercial value was too much for the club. How on earth is that good ownership? How on earth is that good ownership? It just doesn't make sense. And look, as I've always said, Wayne Rooney, fantastic player. The first time I saw Wayne Rooney play live, and the only time I saw Wayne Rooney play live, was when South Africa came on tour, on pre-season tour to South Africa. I was around 7 years old. It was at Newland Stadium in Cape Town. That's not where I was born, but that's where I spent the first few years of my life in South Africa. And I was privileged enough to go and see them at the Newland Stadium. That's the only time I've ever seen Manchester United play live. And in fact, that's the only time I've ever seen any international players come here and play live, because I never got a chance to go to the 2010 World Cup. So that was my first proper football experience. I've been to football games in our local leagues, but it just don't hit the same as a Premier League team coming to visit, right? Cristiano Ronaldo was not there. Tevez was not there. I don't think Giggs was there either. Wayne Rooney was the only player who I recognized there who was like, damn, that guy's a star. I'm actually happy I came to this preseason event now because I saw one of my heroes playing. But then, ever since then, you know, it almost feels like these ex-players have kind of tarnished their reputation, because Rooney isn't the only one. Rooney isn't the only one who said some sideways things about the Glazers. It just feels like everything that they brought to us when we were younger, it kind of just gets so tarnished by comments like this. It leaves you with the sour taste in your mouth. He will always be a legend, like I said, but I don't know, man. I don't know. This has infuriated me in a way that I never thought it would, because of all the people who've played for Manchester United, I didn't expect him to come out and say that the Glazers have done a fantastic job. He's the guy who handed in a transfer request, for crying out loud. I understand if it was like Carrick or Ollie or somebody who actually worked at the club. Anybody else who worked at the club was an ex-player, because you're not going to go in on your former employer. I don't expect Sir Alex to come out and talk badly about the Glazers. That would be idiotic. He's on the board of Manchester United for a reason. But Wayne Rooney, the guy who, okay, he does have ties to Manchester United, but he's not working for us, right? He's not a brand ambassador for Manchester United. He's managing a whole nother club. I don't get why he had to make the statement. He could have easily just said, you know what, it's clear the fans want them to leave. And if the fans want them to leave, maybe that's what's best for the club, because the fans, they're the voice that matters the most. He could have literally just used that diplomatic politician answer, but instead he decides to praise the enemy. Why, Wayne? Why? I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe it. But anyways, it's been your boy TripleM. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, regardless of who you support. And yeah, man, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace.